Hello, Scorpio. It's Oh My God Tarot, and this is your How Do They Feel About Me Now tarot card reading. So we are going to have a look with the astrology reading cards, and then we're going to do a tarot spread and figure this out. Here we go, Scorpio. Your first card, Libra. The energy is diplomatic and gracious. It seeks harmony and balance in relationships. So Scorpios, I think that a lot of Scorpios are familiar with Libras. And you know, Libras, they have relationships on the mind because they rule the house of relationships, shared partnerships, business relationships. Just, you know, when you connect with somebody, you're like, let's do this together kind of relationships. So how do they feel about you now? Well, okay. Think about it. Then we got the Sagittarius energy here. We have this energy imbues power, superior confidence, and enthusiasm with faith, good fortune, and authority. Knowledgeable, wise, easygoing. Okay, we don't have any strong themes like of I'm angry, I'm gonna go in. So we're looking good so far. Your next card. Oh, Aries. The energy around you is dynamic and spontaneous. Crusading impulsive action is likely. Alright, so we may be dealing with a Libra, Sagittarius, or an Aries. And so when we're thinking about how they feel about you now, we know that they run a little hot. You know, there might be sexual tension with all this fire energy. There may be some heated conversation, heated energy. When you think about them, you're like either hot and bothered or you're hot bothered, you know? With Sagittarius and Aries, it's like, oh, sexual attraction, sexual appeal, energy, action with this person. And then Libra, we have this charming charisma that is a facilitator of relationships. So let's have a look at the Oceanic Tarot. And with all my tarot decks, I put the link in the description. And, you know, let's take a gander into what's going on with this either Libra, Sagittarius, Aries, or combination, how they feel about you now. Alright, your first card is the Chariot. Movement. Okay, so this is the stirring of emotions, but also action because of those emotions. So somebody being driven. Alright, and this is also associated with, who's it? Cancer. Then we have the Two of Swords in reverse. And we all recognize, look at that. Look how there's a two-way entanglement here and then there's a two-way entanglement here. So maybe this person is coming at you driven, motivated because they're at the crossroads and need to make a decision. But they're trying to find balance, right? So let's see a little bit. Let's keep going. Then we have Three of Swords, heartache. Okay, we already know what that's about. Then we have the High Priest. Oh, what a turnaround. Okay, I see what you're doing here. And then we have the Ten of Swords, of course. Of course we do. Of course we do. Of course we had to go and jinx it. Of course we had to spoil it all by saying something crazy like, I love you. Do you guys know what that is? Oh my god. Okay, so we have two major arcanas here. We have the Chariot and the High Priestess, and then boom, all swords. Okay, so we got a lot to think about. This person is doing a lot of thinking about you, but I think they're still conflicted. Seems like there was a messy situation, not gonna lie. There was some movement, some action, some playing with emotions, some emotional stirs that led to actions. And what are those actions? I feel like some of you guys are dealing with a situation with a person who, you know, they had to choose between two people and they may have chosen the other person, the third party. And they may be thinking about that, thinking about their decision. But then we have the, you know, listen, this is the drive, determination, the emotional feels. And then we have this, I made a decision. I feel like the decision may have not been the right one because the card's in reverse. The heartache is there. The Three of Swords is there. It's usually a third-party situation involvement. But because it's in reverse, I'm wondering where you fit into that. Because you could own the third-party situation when it's in reverse. I always go, the handles are facing you, so you're grabbing them and you know, maybe you were the one that said, hey, the options, I'm an option, you're choosing between me and anybody. Okay, well, you know what, go, just go. Right? Any variation of third party situation, no. This is a violent situation. This is a sword situation. Now you got my swords drawn and this situation is making me angry. We got fire here, we got swords here. Anger is upon us, right? So I think that from this situation there is growth and expansion and understanding. Wisdom has been acquired. And I say that because of the Sagittarius energy and the Taurus energy. We know that the High Priestess is associated with Taurus. And the High Priestess, yes, it's wisdom. It's the person that is constantly seeking knowledge and trying to better understand themselves. So from this situation with the third party, this person has been doing a lot of thinking. Again, the sword, lots of thinking. Maybe trying to work out the inner demons, the battle within, about how they feel about this third party situation as a whole. Now, I see this High Priest, and he is extending his hand towards you. So normally, we have to think, okay, well, if there's a third party situation and you're extending your hand to me, maybe you have a higher level of understanding and spiritual, you know, capability, because I'm on my pettish and I don't get it. But this person seems to have evolved or grown or matured in some way and has become even a voice of reason. Again, and constantly acquiring knowledge, constantly trying to find balance in relationships, trying to figure out what they did wrong, trying to take personal accountability. Aries is very me oriented, so they want to improve themselves, not for other people, not to, you know, be all humble and be like, no, you're right, you're right. They want to have that broad perspective and understand themselves so that they can call themselves out, so that people can't call them out. You know, it's motivated by that pride kind of a thing with Aries. So they want to learn more, they want to know more. Sagittarius is on that kick, and Libras, they care about balance in relationships. So even though, you know, 3 is a odd number, then there's no balance there. I feel like there was a quest to find some sort of balance, and in that the journey wasn't understood by one or the other party. Like, you know, well, it's not cheating, we're just dating, but I thought you really, really liked me, and if you like me, you would never even be seeing anybody else. What? Like, you know, it's like taking some growth understanding, be like, you know what, yeah, I overreacted. Who was I to say anything? I didn't have a title. We went on one date. You know? It's about assessing yourself, and through spiritual counsel even. So if that has to be external and you have to go to a spiritual leader and be like, listen, I have to talk to you about stuff so that you can tell me what's right and what's wrong, what's fair, you know, and what's balanced. So I think that with that, this whole complication thing, 10 of Swords endings being at the end of your reading, I feel like there's an evolution of maybe, you know, when it's extending the hand, it's extending to resolve, resolution, or healing, and that may not necessarily mean coming back together. It may mean endings. It may be the end of the choices, the end of the fighting, the battling, the end of the overthinking of it, because they reach out, you know, or because they extend their olive branch, or they show you something that makes you go, you know what? It's okay. It's okay that we're not even, you know? I'm good. And then the end. And, you know, the card 10 of Swords it's a pretty blatant end. You know, it's a pretty, like, oh, you didn't escort me out. You really stabbed me in the back while I was leaving. Type of ending. And I don't know. I don't want you to go through that, you know? So when we seek the High Priest and the wisdom, whatever, I feel like we're talking about your intuition about the situation. Like, is this person toxic and you're just going back? Do they have a lot of anger? Do they have a lot of pride? Do they have a lot of drive that is fueled by their emotions, their ever-changing emotions? Cancer is ruled by the moon, so this person could be like, okay, no, I was just joking. I choose you now. I chose them before, and I was really mean and stuff like that, and I said a bunch of bad stuff, but no, I meant you. And it's like, your energy is just too up and down, like, you know, too up and down. You're too me-oriented. You're too about yourself. You know, you're still on your journey to higher learning. How about it? You're still learning how to find balance in relationships. And even if you come to me and you're a higher and elevated person, I have to know what the ending looks like. And maybe that could be the ending of your foolishness, and we could call it that. Or it could be the ending of... Oh, look at that. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Let me turn that off. It's just rude is what it is. So, the Ten of Swords representing endings after this whole thing. I mean, it probably sucks. It's probably one of those, like this has to end. The nonsense has to stop. This person, how they feel about you is like, they gotta stop thinking about you. They gotta stop thinking about you. They gotta stop thinking about the situation. They gotta heal and forgive it. And I feel like, you know, whatever, even if they've grown a lot and they've matured from whatever situation they had with you, it seems like there's just still a lot of battle wounds, and there may be a lot of like things to work out mentally and possibly socially. You gotta talk about it. And maybe that might be the conversation, but the conversation may come to a, hey, you know what? We're not a right fit for being each other's lives, but hey, appreciate you on the journey. And it's like, you know what? Done. And then, you know, and then you're like, okay. Then you walk around the corner and start bawling your eyes out, because that's what happens on TV. And then, boom, you're good to go. You know, but that's still an ending. It's still an ending. And I'm telling you, it's less abrasive than the ending in the regular decks. It's like stabbing 10 times in the back. And we can walk away from this without, you know, getting stabbed. We can back up instead of turning all the way around and being like, done. I don't know, guys. That's your reading. That's your reading, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment if you feel like it. And if you'd like a personal reading, please check out my website. There's a link in the description. I know my phone's going off like crazy. I'm sorry. And heck, listen, I didn't say it, but it could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Any of these air signs out here with all this Swords energy. Come at me, bro. Come at me. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.